The Perron house. When the devil lives at home. On a cold morning in the winter of 1971, the Perron family arrived at their new home, an old, quiet farmhouse in rural Rhode Island. The family consisted of Roger and Carolyn and their 5 daughters. At first glance, the place seemed perfect. A wooden house surrounded by trees, birds singing as if to welcome them. But that peaceful silence was merely a veil, covering a nightmare that had been waiting there for over a century. On the very first night, Carolyn felt something strange, as if the air in certain corners of the house was heavy, and something unseen was watching her from the shadows. Their daughters would wake up crying, some refusing to sleep in their rooms again. One of them whispered, "Mom, there was a black lady standing at the door. She was crying. Then she smiled at me, an evil smile." Carolyn began witnessing objects moving on their own. Chairs would shake, dishes would crash to the floor, doors would slam violently. But what frightened them most was the stench, a foul, rotting odor that would suddenly appear in parts of the house and vanish without a trace. Then the real nightmare began. Carolyn's personality started to change. She became aggressive. She would scream without cause, whisper to someone in the dark. Her skin began showing signs of burns, red welts, and rope-like marks around her neck, though she had no memory of what caused them. One night, Roger awoke to her screams. He found her collapsed on the floor, trembling, her eyes rolled back. She was whispering a name no one had heard before. Bathsheba. Bathsheba won't leave. Investigations revealed that the house once belonged, back in the 19th century, to a woman named Bathsheba Thayer, who was accused of sacrificing her infant in a satanic ritual. She was later found hanging from a tree near the house. Witnesses claimed she spoke to invisible entities and vowed before her death, "Anyone who lives in this house will belong to the devil." The family reached out to 2 of the most famous paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. After multiple visits, they confirmed that the house held several spirits, but the most powerful was Bathsheba, and she refused to leave. During the exorcism, the unthinkable happened. Carolyn began screaming and speaking in a strange language. Her body lifted and was thrown violently against a wall. Lights exploded. The sound in the house resembled a raging storm. Lorraine cried out, "This is not a spirit, it's something worse. This is a demonic entity." The team eventually managed to banish the entity temporarily, but the family was terrified. Months later, they left the house for good. To this day, the house still stands, and the new owner claims that on certain nights, whispers can still be heard, with no one there to speak them.